Well, turning now to thousands of anti-ICE protesters taking the streets in downtown LA.
They marched onto the freeway and blocked traffic on the 101, speaking out against President Trump's immigration policies.
Yeah.
And KCAL News reporter Amanda Starantino live still in downtown where protesters are faced off with law enforcement through the night. Amanda?
Good evening. Well, parades of people have been protesting from the morning well into the evening, some still going now. And you can see LAPD still behind us here. They have blocked off the Main Street Bridge here, and they continue to move their skirmish line through the area, trying to push people out. About 6 p.m. this evening, police declared this an unlawful assembly. And since then, they've been working to get people to disperse out of this area. We still have CHP and LAPD choppers ahead watching where these protesters are going as they continue to make their way through downtown LA, sharing their strong message against President Trump's crackdown on illegal immigration.
So just in case you're unaware, today, February 3rd, 2025, has been dubbed the Day Without Immigrants. Essentially what it is I wouldn't even say that it's a gathering of protests by Mexicans or Mexican immigrants. It essentially seems to be like a Brown Lives Matter protest. Instead of Black Lives Matter, it's essentially, to me, looks like a Brown Lives Matter protest. And it's happening in Texas, LA, and I'm pretty sure I heard some reports in Charlotte as well. So just keep that in mind.
Thousands of people took to the streets of downtown LA protesting President Donald Trump's illegal immigration policies. The demonstration started on Olvera Street with a march to City Hall early Sunday afternoon. LAPD ordered multiple street closures in the area as the moving protests grew in size. It eventually shut down the 101 as demonstrators took their rally to the freeway. With Mexican and Central American flags waving, signs referencing the president's stance on immigration, explosions of fireworks, and chants of Si se puede, their message loud and clear against the president's promise of mass deportation.
We're not criminals. We just want to work. A lot of people just want to work. We all want to survive.
Sarah Aguilar of Long Beach is a daughter of immigrant parents.
I'm out here to represent for my people. I'm out here to be the voice for the people that have been silenced out of fear. I'm out here to keep pushing.
And as this protest goes into the evening hours, traffic completely gridlocked on surface streets right alongside the 101 as thousands of protesters take over the Main Street Bridge downtown.
So I know they're protesting mass deportations, right? But the mass deportations are supposed to be targeting basically criminals who are illegal. Now, I don't know why you would speak out and protest against that and on top of that, wave Mexican flags. Don't we want to get rid of criminals? If I understand like the whole, I have friends and I have family, they're getting deported because they're illegal. But I mean, as a logical person thinking about this, it's kind of on them. There is no country, no sovereign country around the world that has true open borders where you can just, stroll on in. It's not like that nowhere. So if you're coming from Mexico into the U.S. illegally, deportation is on the table, especially if you commit a crime. You will be deported. Now, as an American citizen, if I go into Mexico illegally, I will surely be deported back to the U.S. Because, again, no country has open borders. So only thing I can say to her is, welcome to the world, because you can't do this anywhere.
This really hurts. Like, seeing everybody go through this thing, like I have family members, I got friends that have to go through all this stuff, and it just hurts.
Carlos Cervantes of Brea protesting in the downtown traffic.
It's all the hate, honestly, all this new laws that Trump is trying to bring into this world, like this is not what we're really looking for.
So they're not new laws. I'm not even sure if half of these people even know what they're protesting. I feel like a lot of them just showed up and was like, oh, we're protesting for Mexicans? Yeah, and then, they just go. I don't think half of them even know what they're protesting for, to be honest. And to me, it doesn't really even seem genuine because I see, a lot of the lefty words that they throw around, like Nazis. One of the words I saw was Nazis, and I believe the other one was like end fascism, something like that. It really seems like it sounds like a BLM protest. I would like to know who organized the protest because they seem very, I don't know, just the words that I've seen on signs, it just seems very left. and it just seems orchestrated by the left, kind of. It just seems odd to me. That's what I'm trying to say. It just doesn't seem genuine. When they were talking about kids being in cages on the border and stuff, there was I believe there was upward of 100,000 kids in cages, and there were reports of kids being essayed, and there was no protest about that. But now that Trump has issued these executive orders on mass deportations and prioritizing the criminal illegal migrants, all of a sudden, all of these brown people come out and they protest. I just think it's kind of odd. It's just kind of odd.
Since taking office, President Trump has signed multiple executive orders cracking down on illegal immigration. In Los Angeles, ICE has begun deportations, a fear for many who showed up to this protest.
It's not just about our individual selves, it's about our friends, our families, our students, our neighbors, for those who cannot show up today.
It's sad in the fact that they're coming so strong with all these ICE raids, and they're unjustifying the deportation of some of the U.S. citizenships that have been taken just because of how they look. And I just think right now these are needed. They're very much needed.
Did you catch what she said there? She said that it's unjustified, which is wrong. It's like a lot of emotion in these protests. It's like they don't know what they're protesting for, because they're 100% justified. If you're talking about the criminals, 100% justified. They need to be deported, obviously. This is why I was saying I feel like a lot of them have no idea what they're even out here for. They're just out here with a flag with all their friends, essentially. And you hear the same thing from every person they talk to. It's the same thing, like my friends and family. But, the law is the law. The law is the law. If you come over illegally, you get deported. That's just, it's like that everywhere. I'm going to say that again. And what she's talking about the citizens, the U.S. citizens being deported, is true. Doesn't happen a lot. It does happen. They are basically human error situations. And that's just what happens sometimes when you're deporting tons of people. And we all know during the Obama administration, he's deported the most people, I believe, in American history. And that is also where a lot of these U.S. citizens got deported all the way up until about 2020. But anyway, let's move on.
Because it is the moment where you are going to see that all of the voices, all of the people are together. And when we're together, we will not be divided.
In a post on X, LAPD says the demonstration is non-permitted. And by 6 p.m., the department declared it an unlawful assembly and began to close in on protesters.
Just look at this. This is beautiful. This is all the people. We are the people. Power to the people.
I wonder if these are the same people that because, in the demographics for the 2024 election, Trump actually flipped a lot of Latinos to red. So I'm assuming these aren't the people that flipped to red.
All right, so you can see the 101 back open in both directions now, but CHP blocking the Los Angeles Street exit right there, right before Alameda and Union Station, blocking access also to the Main Street Bridge as well. But if you come back out here, we can see that LAPD still has their presence out here. It looks like they've been able to push those protesters out of this area. It looks like they made it their way down to Main and Alameda, where we can see those choppers, the law enforcement choppers, still circling that area. And we still have a LAPD coming down right here too, on Spring and Arcadia, patrolling this area, trying to get everyone to disperse as they have called this an unlawful assembly. So we'll keep an eye on this. We do not know if any arrests have been made so far yet. Back to you guys.
Thank you. A rowdy crowd of protesters also gathered in the San Fernando Valley. Police say about 250 people are at this demonstration in Pacoima. The group says they just want to get their message across.
We're out here demonstrating. It's a little ruckus, but we're out here showing that, the immigrants do matter. For our people, we help build this state. We help build this country.
It's because it's super injustice that this is going on when immigrants really do make America great. We help build your crops. We help make buildings, constructions, and you treat us like garbage, like if we're unuseful.
Yeah, some people, police.
This is what I'm saying. Like, the stuff that she just said is just like complete nonsense and has nothing to do with what this whole thing is about, which is the mass deportations. So, the point is to deport the criminals, essentially, and the illegals. So again, this just kind of reinforces my point of why I don't think a lot of these people even know why they're even out here protesting.
Say some vehicles, I should say, were performing stunts and blocking streets. No word yet on if any arrests have been made.
What do I think about these protests? Well, if you follow in the footsteps of BLM, I promise you it will not go well for you, because these protests, it only makes you look bad, honestly. If it gets worse, if it starts people start rioting and people start stealing and looting, and it's not going to look good for you. It does nothing for it. Only makes the view of Mexicans in the U.S. worse if you start going and doing all of this BLM type stuff. There's no point in these protests. You're not going to help anything. If anything, you're going to just make everything worse. And it's not like Trump is going to, oh, they're protesting, I'm going to stop them. I'm going to stop the deportations. I'm going to sleep on this, and tomorrow I'll have it all figured out and I'm going to stop deporting. He's not going to change. It's just going to keep going. This isn't going to help anything. If anything, this is just going to make you guys look worse. And obviously, a lot of Latinos don't agree with these protests, clearly, because Trump flipped a lot of people from blue to red, and there were a lot of Latinos out there for Trump at those rallies. So clearly, this is not the entire Latino community that is protesting against these mass deportations.
Wow. Congratulations. Congratulations to all the Latinos in Atlanta, Georgia, who were protesting. Congratulations. Because of your behavior, you guys managed to get the whole world to look at us like, congratulations. You did it. You did it. I think Donald Trump is right now. He's in his office as we speak. He is about to sign the paperwork to allow us all to stay here. No more deportation. Because the way you guys were out there in the streets, stopping traffic, smoking, blasting music, being disruptive. I heard some of you guys were destroying, vandalizing cars. That right there, my friend, that is a good way to get Donald Trump's attention. Congratulations. I think he's going to change his mind. And thanks to you guys, we are not going to get deported. Our people are going to be allowed to stay here, because that is what this country needs. We need people like you guys who are terrorizing the streets. Sounds to me like Brown Lives Matter, maybe, because you guys look just like what happened in Colorado with the Black Lives Matter movement, when people started vandalizing people's, businesses and looting and just having you guys are like some rock stars at this point. You guys need a record deal. The way you guys are acting is so embarrassing, and I don't care. I don't care what you guys say. Look, if this was happening when the kids were in cages, if you guys were as deep as you were in Atlanta, and you guys were out there in the streets saying, let them kids out them cages, free the children, now I can respect that. I'm down for anything that has to do with saving some innocent children. I wouldn't mind. Maybe not the vandalizing part, of course, but I wouldn't mind protesting, and I'm down for that. You can call me, I'll be there. But the kids in cages did not get this type of energy. I don't know why. I'm always gonna wonder that. I'm always gonna think like, why didn't the kids being locked in cages, like hundreds and thousands of them, and a lot of them were reported SA abuse, and nothing happened, like crickets. And what's crazy is those kids were innocent. Now I can see I can see going down the street protesting like I'm something like that. Like I can respect that, but really? This is what we're doing now? I mean, is Dallas in competition with Atlanta? Because disrespecting the flag was one thing, but vandalizing? Way to go, guys. Now they're going to look at all of us like we're all the same. Way to go. Way to go, guys.
Clearly a part of the Latino community is totally not for this, and I could not have said that better myself. We're only 2 weeks into the Trump administration, and we already have Brown Lives Matter protests. I can't even imagine what the next 4 years are going to be like. But I'll see you guys later.